Hey guys, Brian Bachkiller here, and today on Tech Tuesday we are taking a look at the Cooler Master Hyper 212 EVO CPU cooler. Give a look at the packaging here. Already got this thing unboxed, as you can see, and pretty straightforward. Usual stuff talking about how great it is and etc, etc. Hyper 212 EVO. So, what turned me on to this cooler? Well, I've used Cooler Master coolers quite a lot, and I have a build that I am working on that requires the AMD FX 9590 processor, which is this bonkers processor that supposedly can clock up to 5 gigahertz and runs extremely hot. So I went out researching, and I found that a lot of folks suggested this cooler for air cooling this processor. And so I figured I'd take a look. So this is it. This is the Hyper 212 EVO. It's primarily aluminum and copper, as you can see. Copper heat piping, aluminum fins. It's got a 120 millimeter fan mounted on it, and it has the option to mount another fan on it so that you can mount this in a push-pull configuration. And it's quite large. One thing I should really just mention to you about this cooler is that you better make certain that you have a case that's going to allow you to mount this thing, because it's tall. It's very tall, it's very big. It's not extremely wide, but with another fan mounted on it, it would certainly be a lot wider. So that's just something to keep in mind. Overall, though, seems to be a nice design. I do enjoy Cooler Master coolers. As I say, I've used them a lot. This is everything that is in the box. In addition to the cooler, you're going to find this box of goodies here. And it is all very well packaged, I have to say. Cooler Master does go a little bit extra, the extra mile on this. Packaging in here, you're going to find a lot of just your various connection sundries, things for mounting onto various motherboards and etc. You'll get this wacky little X piece. This is what is going to secure the cooler to your motherboard. And you'll get a back plate. I kind of hate coolers, honestly, very often that use back plates, but the thing that I do like about them is that then you know this thing is not going to go anywhere, which is kind of nice. So you do get this back plate, but you do have to mount this onto the back of your motherboard. You get 2 extra plastic fins for mounting fans, but you only get 1 fan. And finally, you'll get warranty information and instructions, which I will tell you are not here, because I took this thing out and I was playing with it a little bit. But the thing that I think is good about this cooler is that it is multi-socket supporting. It supports 2011 V3 and 1151 Intel. It also is going to support AMD socket FM2 plus FM2, FM1, AM3 plus, AM3, AM2 plus, and AM2. So it supports essentially every socket out there. Installation from everything that I've seen so far is relatively simple. Big thing is that you're going to be mounting this back plate onto your motherboard. And after you have mounted that back plate, then you can mount your cooler. So overall, good looking cooler. We'll see how it cools, how well it cools, and etc. Especially using a processor like the 9590, which, as I say, from what I read, is supposed to clock up to 5 gigahertz. And if something is going to clock up to 5 gigahertz, you better bet that you're going to need to cool it really well. So we'll see what this cooler is capable of. I may mount another fan on this in order to have this in a push-pull configuration, because I am a big fan of, you know, transferring as much heat away from these fins as really is possible. So I will report back and let you guys know, but that's a look at the Cooler Master Hyper 212 EVO cooler from Cooler Master. If you guys have questions or comments, if I missed anything, etc., please feel free to be in touch with me. Find me on your favorite social media network, here on YouTube, at my website, etc., etc. Always happy to talk tech with you guys. As always, thanks for tuning in, guys, and until next time, keep building, and I'll see you soon.
You read lies, force-fed what you believe.